Alright, the celebrity roast of no one continues. Next up, we have a comedian in training. First time, be gentle with Alee Karim.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks, George. Based on that Maggie Gyllenhaal association, I'm going to start calling you Batman's girlfriend. That's okay with you?
Sure.
All right.
Is that Jake?
To be fair, Batman has had several girlfriends. There was Selena Kyle. There was.
I thought you went self-dap on it and went and dropped Maggie at the last minute.
Yeah.
Anyway, hi, my name's Alee. I'm really into topical comedy, so all my jokes are going to be about tsunamis tonight.
Too soon! Too tsunami!
I called my Japanese friend today. No, seriously, I care about what happened, and actually, I really want to even just drop the subject. I don't want to make anybody think I'm joking about the tsunami. Seriously, it was an awful thing, and I really want to clear that up with you guys because I'm from the Bay Area, and I wasn't born in the Bay Area. I'm actually I was born in Los Angeles, but I've been in the Bay Area for 10 years. So once you're in a place for 10 years, that's where you're from. And one of the reasons that I sort of identify myself as a Bay Area is just like the way that you respond to kind of like strange phenomenon. And so the other day I was in the deli and I saw this woman with her toddler, and she's doing that little toddler dance where you're going
Swinging his arms.
woo, woo.
Swinging his arms up.
But like for 30 seconds I didn't see the toddler, so I just thought it was a woman who was just doing that. And you know, again, I'm from the Bay Area. I lived in Berkeley for like 7 or 8 years, and you know, I was like, yeah, that's a thing that she could be doing. That's fine. You know, I'm from the suburbs, and by the way, it's always sort of like heartening when you meet people that have had like real trauma and real life experiences. When you know your whole sort of like trauma is that like a single mom just moved next door to us. How do we feel about that? Like that's like the biggest controversy that you're exposed to for like 16 years.
Yeah.
I have a dog. I love my dog very much. He's a Boston Terrier. And, yeah, Boston Terrier is an adorable breed. And he's really fucking smart. He's really an intelligent dog. I know a lot of people say, like, oh, I have this dog, he's so clever. Every time he wants to eat, he barks. And it's like, no, he's really, really smart. Like, I've taken him all over the bay. I've taken him, like, hiking, like, up in the headlands. And, like, taking him to Tilden. And, like, everywhere we go, no matter where we are, he knows precisely the exact point at which we're going to be the furthest away from a garbage can, and that's where he shits. So I always get to carry his shit the most possible amount of time whenever we're on a walk. So yeah, as George said, this is my first time doing comedy, and I'd like to allay your peers that comedy is my stated career. Because you're like, fuck, this guy really needs to do some work on this. Yeah, I'm a hyphenated artist. I'm a musician and a writer, and I thought I'd combine the skill of talking into a microphone and writing down things that I say into trying to make people laugh today. But one thing that I know that I and most of the people that I know that practice some kind of art get really into is quotes from inspirational people and like inspirational artists. And, you know, like, I won't even sort of try to, you know, like, a poet's brightest eye is never stronger than a single eye. You know, just something like very inspiring, just like, oh yeah, that's so thoughtful, how the fuck did they think of that? But I feel like, just after 10 years of ingesting all this like sort of like positivity and rampant positivity, now I want to hear about like all my heroes, all the people that I look up to in the arts. I want to hear about like their low points. I want to hear about like, just like when everything was just black. Like I just want to know like, you know, that they were humans and they, you know, they went through tough stuff. Like I don't know if like a lot of you This is probably the only time I'm ever going to be able to use this in a joke, but I'm sure some of you have heard of John Cage. And I think like he was quoted more than he actually wrote music. Like he just wrote like everything that man has ever said has been turned into a famous quote that like musicians know. And his whole thing was about mistakes, and mistakes are beautiful. And it's like, if you make a mistake once, try it again. And if you don't like it, try it another time. And if you don't like it again, try it again and again and again. And then finally you'll see it wasn't really a mistake at all. It's like, oh, that's so beautiful, that really helps me out. But it's like, dude had a hard life. I'm sure there were some low points, like, he left his wife for a man. He like was misunderstood. He was certainly not commercially accessible. He was in bad health at the end of his life. I just want to know about those like sort of black moments where it's just like too much whiskey and it's just like, everything is shit. Fuck all this. Merce, come here! Fucking dance for me! Fucking dance! Just dance, you're so good at dancing. His boyfriend was a dancer. Just like, he's got to turn in a composition and he's late. He says, any fucking ideas? He's like, here's the fucking composition. Yes, I know there's no fucking notes on it. It's 4 minutes and 30 seconds of silence. Just fucking play that. That's the fucking music I want to make. Woo! Fucking John Cage. So last thing I want to share with you is sort of like a C- moment in my life. That's what I call it, a C- moment. The other day, she's like, oh, hey, good night, honey. It's like, oh, my car is in a street sweeping spot. Can you move it for me? And I'm like, yeah, sure, baby, of course. And I always wake up before her. I always try to get to work early. And she needed, I'm always down to move her car. And I was like, yeah, sure, babe, I'll move your car for you. And I was like, you know what, I'll do you even one better. I'm parked across the street. I'm gonna switch out our cars, and you're gonna be parked right across the street from the house. Like, so I'm just gonna switch you out, and then you're gonna be all convenient and easy to get out in the morning. And she's like, oh, thanks, honey. So I was like, okay, cool, go to bed. I wake up the next day, it's fucking snooze through everything. It's like 3 minutes before street sweeping is gonna come. It's pouring fucking buckets out. It's 40 degrees. I'm just like, oh god. So I just grab whatever sort of whatever will make me not nude when I go outside. So the only things that I find in the 3 minutes that it takes me to get out are flip-flops, capri pants, and my girl's raincoat. And her raincoat had ladybugs on it. So I'm wearing a raincoat with ladybuggs, capri pants, and flip-flops. And I'm walking outside of the house in 40 degrees and pouring rain. It's like if Terminator, instead of appearing in front of a biker bar, he appeared into a JCPenney outlet. And he's like, oh, okay, so before I try to destroy the human race, clothes. So I walk outside, I'm a man on a mission in light drag. And I just like, the cold hit me, the rain hit me, and it was just like the universe just like kicked me in the balls. It was just like, ha! Now what are you gonna do? You were gonna do such a cool, nice thing. Now what are you gonna do? And I just went, I'm not really gonna do it anymore. So I did the easiest possible thing. This is the C- moment. I take her car, I move it up to Haight Street, 3 or 4 blocks away, and if she leaves within the next 2 hours, she won't get a ticket. So I did the least possible acceptable thing to make things, to sort of preserve the status quo. I did like, that favor was like the sexual equivalent of somebody smiling at your dick. That would be the sex act version of that favor. So I go back inside, and my girlfriend's like, oh, hey, okay, oh, you're about to leave? And I'm like, yeah, I'm about to leave. Your car's on like Haight Street. She's like, what? Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be across the street. And I felt bad. She wasn't mad. I just felt really bad. And I was like, yeah, I know, but I got outside and I just went, ugh. And then she's like, what? Like that was like, yeah, which is a totally reasonable answer. I went, as like the reason. I didn't even say, I felt like, I just said, I went outside and I went, And then I realized, I was like, that's not a fucking answer. you're a 31-year-old guy. Like, you're healthy. You're not like, you know, you're a healthy, fit young man. Just go outside and do it. And so I went outside and did it. And I searched out the cars. And I turned my C- into an A+, and I was very proud of that. But I realized, I was like, oh, this is like 80% of people in